Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, this is TweaK here again. I'm sure a lot of you know me from the last video that I put up, which kind of somewhat unintentionally went viral. I wasn't expecting the response that I got to that. I'm going to make that very clear. The reason why I made the last video that ended up, going on front page of Reddit and getting tons of attention, getting still, thousands of views a day. I recorded that video out of frustration. I made that video for selfish reasons, for myself, because I wanted to vent. I'm obviously incredibly thankful to the people that not only watched the entire video, but like the incredible support that it received. When I went to bed that night, it was like 10 or 11 a.m. I went to bed. I was up that entire night responding to comments. And when I was going to sleep, I was like, oh God, I'm going to wake up to a shitstorm tomorrow. But no, we woke up to hundreds of new comments, most of them being supportive and most of them agreeing with the points being made. And I want to make this video to clarify some of the things that I said in that video. So when I recorded the video, okay, it was kind of an emotionally fueled thing. I was very frustrated at the time. I didn't really have a thought process behind when, the whole recording of it. I just made a list with my chat. At the time we were live, I was live when I recorded it. And we just recorded it in like 45 minutes, just went through point by point. And that's why it wasn't structured. That's why a lot of the points weren't very well fleshed out. And look, I apologize for that because a lot of the complaints where it was unstructured, it was just kind of more ranty than anything else. And that's what it was. It was a rant. It wasn't a rant, with like malicious intent, but kind of the way it ended up being was a rant. I just want to say the support's been incredible. Thank you guys for going to the absolute bat for me in the comments section, not only on Reddit, on YouTube. People have been incredibly supportive, and yeah, it's been awesome. So I just want to throw this video out here real quick just to clarify some of the points and go over some of the things I might have skimmed over, or some of the things I should have maybe worded differently. And there's also a couple of apologies here that will go out to certain people that I may have singled out. Well, not singled out, but maybe singled out certain communities. That like there was an outreach from some of those people, and I feel like I want to do right by these people as well because they are members of the community. And I do feel bad for somewhat shitting on all of these people as a collective. I've learned a lot of very interesting things this last day or two. So let's get started with this. So most of the comments that were left, this needs to be understood. These all came from a place of love for the game. It's not about hating the game. It's not about hating the devs. This video wasn't to incentivize people to go shit on the devs or shit on the game. That wasn't the point. A lot of people seem to think that that was the reason why I made it. It's not. I have huge respect for the developers. I have huge respect for the game. It's incredible. It's innovative. It's the best first-person shooter there is, as far as I'm concerned. I love this game. That's why I'm so fucking passionate about it. And for people to think I came from another direction with it, where I just wanted to incite a hate mob, I was going to go burn down BSG, like that wasn't the case. It was never my intent for anybody to go off and, I don't know, tweet at the devs and fucking tell them awful things or whatever, because I know a little bit of that did happen. Yeah, I just want to make it very clear that that was never my intent. Also, I think it doesn't need to be said, but I would never condone, any hatred, towards anybody in the dev team or Nikita himself or towards the game. Like, that's not cool. So I'd like to apologize on behalf of any of those people that went off and started shit with people or whatever. And yeah, and sorry to anybody who's watching this, who's a streamer too, and you're inundated with people asking you, what do you think of TweaK's video? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm sorry. It got slightly out of hand. It got more out of hand than I thought it would. So the first big point I want to bring out here is what I said about forums. When I was talking about the forums, I essentially meant Reddit. And I said some pretty shitty things about the Reddit community. Now, a lot of that was founded on stuff that I've seen on Reddit and what I've heard about Reddit. And it doesn't really change my opinion too much on what a majority of the people on Reddit think and how they act and how they conduct themselves and how they defend certain things with little to no like education on the topic. When a lot of people were commenting on Reddit, I understand, okay? I understand. I sparked that. I started the fight with those people because of what I said. And a lot of people reached out to me and said, funnily enough, hey man, it kind of sucks that you sort of shit on everybody from Reddit. I'm one of the people that's more constructive on here. And on the flip side of that, there was people also saying to me that, dude, I totally get what you say about Reddit. I use Reddit every day, and all people do here is be toxic and cancerous and flame the game and flame other people for having opinions. So I want to apologize to the silent majority of people that there are on Reddit that actually care about the game, actually play the game, support the game, and support content creators like myself and any other streamers on Twitch or people that make YouTube content. Thank you guys for reaching out to me. I appreciate the messages you guys sent me. I apologize to most of you guys in most of those messages. And I just want to make it clear that there are good people on those forums as well. There's good, valid community members there that are entitled to give their feedback. And it was unfair of me to say what I did. Okay? I'll come out and say that. I'm not somebody who's afraid to admit that I was wrong about something. I'll go to the bat. I will say, you know what? You come and tell me that this was wrong. I'll come to you and I'll say, fair enough. I fucked up. My bad. So this part of the video is an apology to that silent majority on Reddit. The post itself, last I checked, is about 71% upvoted, with, let's say, 75 to 80% of the comments being completely negative. I want to, first of all, thank everybody that went onto that Reddit and upvoted that post and gave it the positive rating that it does have, because that shows me that there are people over on that platform that give a shit about the game and understand where I was coming from. That's huge. I appreciate the shit out of that. I thank you guys for that. And anybody on Reddit that went a step further and even left a supportive comment, first of all, thank you for doing that. And I'm sorry for the people that responded to you and shot all over your opinion. Reddit is run by what seems to be a minority of people that will just shit talk you regardless of your opinion. That's what they're there for. That's what it seems like to me. And any people that upvoted that post that had an opinion but didn't want to leave it because these other dicks bully you out of leaving comments because they shit all over your comments and downvote them or whatever else. I would love to see some kind of revolutionary event here where the silent majority kind of came back against these fucking limp dick assholes that just decide that they're the kings of the forum, they're the king of the thread, because they leave some edgy comment that a bunch of their other little fuck buddies like and comment on and shit. Like, it's incredible, man. I really learned a lot. I'm glad Vader posted that on Reddit. I don't know who Vader is, but thank you, because it really taught me a lot about the dynamic of Reddit. It was really interesting to get an insight onto that. So now on to the next topic. We're still talking about the leveling issue that I brought up. A lot of people said to me that I'm a top 1% player, similar to Pestily, similar to Ghost Freak, similar to other players that non-stop play this game all day, every day. And I get that. I understand that. But I still feel like that within a reasonable amount of time, even casual players can reach the end game in EFT, which isn't even level 40 in my opinion. It's whenever you max out Peacekeeper, pretty much. What the skier have at level 4 that we all use all the time on all our guns. It's pretty much when you max out Peacekeeper, you're essentially at end game. Yeah, the high level armor can be purchased from level 4 Ragman, but you get access to mobility gen 4 at level 3 Ragman, which is at level 30. It happens before level 40. And look, I know there's a lot of people that left comments shitting on me for saying, oh, just because you have no life, blah, 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 you can play the game for this many hours a day. I can't. I have a wife, I have kids, I have a job. Look, guys, I get that. And I come from a position where I'm incredibly lucky to be able to do what I do on a daily basis as a streamer on Twitch. I understand that. And I know I'm lucky to be in the position that I'm in. And I'm not trying to belittle anybody here or like say, oh, well, tough shit, buddy, you know, get fucked. There's nothing I can do about that. I get it. I get it. But I still stand firm on my stance that Escape from Tarkov is a hardcore game. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to take a long time to get to endgame. And from what I'm saying, or from my own opinion now, is that the leveling system is far from perfect. The progression system is far from perfect. Things need to be changed. One person suggested that maybe getting to the mid game is a lot quicker and then taking, you know, much longer to get to the end game content. There's balancing issues here. There's balancing issues here. And I don't know exactly how to do it. I kind of liked my own suggestion. You know, oh yeah, big head Mr. Streamer over here likes his own suggestion, to where we get this level 1 to 100 system with progressive unlocks as we go. But like, I'm sure that's not perfect either. The prestige system would pretty much be there for people like myself that get to the max level too quickly. And I get that. And I know I'm making suggestions here that benefit myself. And yeah, the top 1%, no, I want to say maybe the top 5 or 10% of the game. There's a lot of people that play this game an awful lot. But those are just my thoughts, man. Those are just my opinions. And I feel like, you know, just because I am a part of that, whatever percentage, I feel like I should be able to get my opinions out there as well. When it comes to people saying they don't have as much time every day, or they can only play on the weekends or anything like that. Look, guys, I'm sorry I kind of went after you guys a little bit, but I still stand by what I said. I still think it should take longer to hit level 40. There needs to be some kind of different progressional system there. And as I said, I'm not trying to make things harder for you. I'm not trying to say, oh, look at me, I can do this because I stream games for a living. And I know I'm lucky to be in that position, but I still stand by what I said. But yeah, I'm not really sure where the direction of this game is going to go and how it's going to cater to casual players. There's implementations that can be made. But that's not for me to decide. That is for the casual player base to go and have a voice on a forum. And this leads back to what I was saying earlier about the toxic environment that is Reddit. When you make posts, a lot of people just tend to shit all over them. And if going forward you guys want to reach out to me with your suggestions and stuff, I am 100% down to make a video on it. It probably won't go as viral as any of these other videos I'm making. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee it. But I'm down to be a voice for these people. I'd love to do that. As a service to the community, I'm 100% down to do something like that. If you want to send me your suggestions, I'll compile them all in a video. We can put it somewhere. Hey, maybe the devs see it, maybe they don't. But that's not down to me. That's down to the casual community that have this issue with what I was saying about the progression being too fast and they don't want it to be slowed down. There is some kind of middle ground to be found there. I'm not sure where it is. I'm not sure what it is. But that'll be up to you guys to maybe let me know, and then maybe we can do something that'll impact the game off this. I don't know, because unless I've burned bridges with most of you guys. And on that topic, there were a lot of casual players that actually did agree with me on that, but I wanted to bring up the other point first. You can go back through the comments. There's a lot of people that casually play this game and still agree that the progression's a little bit too fast. But I want to get on to the next point here because I don't want to make another 40-minute long video. So I'm going to get on to the next point here. Which was, I did contradict myself in the first video I made where I said we talked about bugs, and then I said I want new content over fixes. I have two opinions on it, and I can't decide which one I want more. And that's the honest truth. I don't know which one I want more. I'd like to see them both. I would love to see new maps more often. And if that meant pushing back bug fixes, then fine. You know, if fixing a lot of the major bugs in the game required content to be pushed back, that's great too. I'd be happy with either one. The next thing I want to say, the reason why I said you should listen to streamers, I didn't really mean that nobody else's opinions mattered. I should have worded that differently, because there is a community out there that don't even know what Twitch is. They don't bother with streams. Maybe they show up to the Talking Tarkov podcast, with Nikita and Clean and whoever the guest hosts are. And your opinions do matter. But what I would like to say on the topic of them listening to streamers is that we're streaming this game every day. Most of us are streaming this game every day. I stream this game pretty much 7 days a week, unless there's some other game out that I want to play for a day or two, and then it's back to Tarkov. I've spent, at this stage, probably around 3,000 hours playing Tarkov. I know that game better than I know the back of my hand. I know that game better than I know a lot of my relatives. That's not even a joke. And in being in that position to where I've played this game so much and I'm on Twitch, some days I speak to hundreds of people, some days I speak to 1,000+ people. After a month, who knows how many people I've spoken to. And I hear everything, every little thing that goes on in Tarkov, I hear about it every day. When somebody comes into my stream, it's like, hey, just had 2 shit raids on Tarkov, X happened, Y happened. So I'm going to take a break from the game for tonight, and I'm going to sit here and watch you stream. I hear that daily, multiple times. I have heard every little bug that happens. We have tested every little bug that happens. If somebody comes in and said, this happened, I go, bullshit. Explain to me, how did that happen? And we'll go into a raid and we'll test it and we see it. And then it's not bullshit, we prove it. We do a lot of work with the community as streamers, as much as we have this awful caveat attached to our names of like, we're just all these big-headed, arrogant assholes that, you know, we think we're entitled to the world. Anybody that's ever spent any kind of, extended period of time watching my streams knows who I am. They know what I'm like, and I'm not like that. And I'm sorry if the last video came across and kind of painted me in that way. Maybe I should have had a different tone at certain points of it. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm like. That's not what a lot of the content creators are like. I saw a lot of the comments shitting on a lot of the other content creators that I know very well, and they're not like that at all. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel as content creators, man, we're the people that are like some of the most passionate players there are for this game. We all love this game. This game has done so much for our Twitch community. It's incredible. It's brought so many people together. I've met tons of people. It's opened doors for me to go to events. It's done amazing things for my life. The next point I want to get onto, guys, a lot of people are saying, or a lot of people's defense to the points that I was making was the game's in beta. Go look up what the definition of beta means and get back to me. If you're going to use that as an argument, at least understand what the word means, okay? Escape from Tarkov started development in 2012, and then it went into open beta on March 24th, 2017. So we're in a year and a half later after the open beta launch of the game. Now, a lot of great things have happened in that time. A lot of great fixes, a lot of great problems came out of it too. I understand, you know, we're still testing the game. I get that, but I feel like we need to stop calling it a beta because it's not. And I'm going to stand by that because it's not what the definition of a beta is. As far as I'm concerned, we're still very much in alpha, especially since a lot of the core gameplay mechanics are still broken, aren't working as intended. And that's just how it is. A lot of people also made the argument that the EFT developers are a small group of developers of like 15 people. That's bullshit. There's 80+ people that work for Battlestate Games. I just wanted to put that out there because there's so many people that are completely misinformed on that. It's not a small dev team, okay? So please stop using that as an argument. Another argument I ran into a lot, this kind of pissed me off too. It's a beta. If you don't like playing it, stop playing. Oh, he's getting pissed off. Stop playing the game. Anybody who ever got pissed off at EFT, which is, let me think, fucking everyone who's ever played it. If they all stopped playing, guess what? No one would play the fucking game. So stop with that bullshit. It's not an argument. And I can't believe that was an argument that was used against some of the points that I made. The last point I want to make is that a lot of the comments that were left in the YouTube comment section, even on the Reddit, some of them, were from people that love the game and want to play it, but it's not fun anymore due to bugs. And a lot of these people, funnily enough, resonated from the same place. They said, this wipe was essentially the straw that broke the camel's back. A lot of people have a lot of issues with this wipe. A lot of problems, a lot of regression with core gameplay mechanics. And the proof is kind of in the pudding now, because after making the video and reading all the comments, of which I read pretty much all of the 1,000+ comments, that was a point that came across a lot. And a lot of people had that to say, which sucks. It's not nice to see a lot of people leave the game. And maybe people will see that and think, oh fuck, what did we do to, you know, stop this section of the player base from coming back to the game? Because we don't want that to happen. And I feel like I just need to reiterate it again. Like the video I made didn't come from a place of malice. It came from a place of love for the game. And a lot of people completely miss my point on that. But yeah, there's been a lot of people that haven't come back to play the game this wipe. And that sucks. And honestly, it's the harsh reality of it. A lot of people use the argument that you're obviously not a game developer. You're obviously not a programmer. Like most people who play this game aren't game developers or software developers. So what does that mean? You're not allowed to have an opinion or feedback or say something about the development of the game, unless you have a fucking degree in games design and software development. Using that as an argument to invalidate some of the stuff I was saying, in my opinion, doesn't really make a lot of sense, because that in essence would make every other person's opinion and comment about the development of the game completely irrelevant. You know what? We're just not going to count anybody's opinions, you know, that aren't games developers all of a sudden. Like, what's that argument about? But yeah, I just wanted to throw this in there because I felt like that was a point that came up a lot. Yeah, I guess in summary, I just wanted to make myself more clear. And I just wanted to record this follow-up and just kind of leave it at that. So a massive thank you to everybody who did watch the last video, that came to my Twitch stream and, you know, followed and said nice things or subbed, and, you know, and you guys are going to be like continuing members over there of my community. And I appreciate the shit out of that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So yeah, guys, a massive thank you to everybody who showed their support on the last video. A massive thank you to Vader, who posted on Reddit. I don't know who you are, but thank you. And a huge thank you to a lot of the guys on Reddit that went to the bat for me in that toxic ass comment section and defended me. Thank you guys so fucking much. I read every single one of those comments, and I really do appreciate you guys doing that, because that's, as I said, a step in the right direction. And just one thing I want to leave off on, to all the people on Reddit that upvoted the post but didn't leave a comment, thank you. But in the future, okay, on other big things that might come around, the next big drama event or whatever, because I guess that's kind of what it is. It's drama. He's stirring up shit in the, you know, in the community, which is, I guess, essentially what I did. I would fucking love for you guys to voice your opinions. If you guys have a positive opinion on something or constructive feedback, I'd love to see you guys give more of that, because that at the end of the day is what supports this game more than anything, is constructive feedback. Yeah, that's all I'd ask of those people. But guys, again, I just want to say thanks for watching. I don't personally use Reddit. If somebody wants to go ahead and post this on Reddit, go for it. It's fine. So yeah, guys, thanks a million for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. I'm genuinely speechless over it. Oh, and before I go, guys, Pestily has invited me to be on the State of EFT podcast. It's at 11 p.m. AEDT, 12 p.m. GMT, and 4 a.m. PDT. So yeah, if any of those time zones suit you guys, head on over to twitch.tv/Pestily. I'm sure most of you guys know him, and you'll be able to see me there, where we will likely go over some of the topics I did in my first video and probably pick them apart a little bit and get some other content creators' opinions on them. So yeah, it should be cool. I've never been a part of a podcast like this before, so if you guys want to check that out, head on over to Pestily's channel at the before mentioned times. And quickly before I go, guys, the Crosshair. So I accidentally hit FN and print screen somehow in combination when I was recording that last video. That brought up my Gyazo Crosshair. It isn't a hack. It isn't an aim. Like, it's not a monitor crosshair or a third-party software crosshair that overlays onto my screen. It's actually completely off-center. It would serve no purpose. So I just wanted to clear that up, because a lot of people brought that up, but it was just kind of unfortunate. I happened to accidentally hit those two keys and bring up my Gyazo hotkey. But yeah, if you guys have Gyazo yourself, try it out. You'll see it. You have to watch my stream for like maybe 10 minutes and you will see that I definitely do not use any kind of third-party software for a crosshair, because most times I'm pretty fucking bad at aiming. So there you go. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the podcast, I guess. So yeah, catch you guys later.